It's all about the dandelion.
Mm-hmm.
What does the dandelion mean?
I have to say, first time I saw dandelions in America, of course, I'm pretty, old adult. And it reminded me right away of my childhood in China. So later in the field, there are a lot of dandelions. And I was not aware about the season, about anything, and the names I didn't know. My grandfather told me in Chinese is a 蒲公英, so we call them a little 蒲公英小伞兵, it's a little dandelion like a pair of shoes because they flying away. So I always loved them. Whenever I saw one, I just could not help to blow them away and see them flying away in the air and disappear eventually. So when I saw them again in US many years later, and just suddenly paid attention, oh my God, there's dandelion too here in US, just like my home country, homeland. So I again had a habit. I could not just let it go. I blow it, I always blow, and think they are a fascinating thing. I didn't think too much until last summer. We took a road trip. So from Idaho up to South Dakota, Wyoming, all the way to Montana. So everywhere we went, sometimes open field, like we stayed with Deborah Butterfield and John Bach and the ranch, dandelions everywhere. I stopped by, sometimes even I was implied in the middle of conversations. Oh my God, dandelion! So I used my smartphone, took so many pictures. That time I didn't think, I love them. And also I realized each area, each region is so different. Some smaller, very tight, some bigger, loose, some already lost some of the seeds. So I just took. And by the end of the summer, one day it occurred to me, because my primary medium is painting, is using oil painting. So I said, maybe I should try to paint them. And immediately I think how complicated they are. Mm-hmm. Even the tiniest one, with all the, many layers with the furry, this very beautiful, made them very, kind of soft, but also just help them to fly, these little wings like feathers. And I said, God, it will be a very hard job. And it turned out, I started painting late summer. I returned my first dandelion. It was rather big. It's a 6-footer. Wow. And I in the middle of that, I thought maybe I should not have started it. It's just so hard to paint. But also as a painter, I feel I realized that I feel in life, you got to challenge yourself. No matter which stage in your life, your career, you need to do new things. Mm-hmm. And I was reminded by a quote by Benjamin Franklin, said, if we are finished changing, we are finished. So I feel like it's true to everybody in life. Even I'm getting older, I've been practicing painting for so long, but there are always things I really don't know how to do it. That's a good thing. Mm-hmm. So I just keep going, finish my very first dandelion. Mm-hmm. And it turned out it's more or less than I expected. More meaning it just is so many layers. I realize so many details. You cannot just say, I just ignore it, I just do abstract. That won't be it. And the last means I feel like I could always spend more time to explore more. For me, it's a new way of painting and a new way of thinking, because sometimes I feel the dandelion like a whole, its own universe. It's many layers, many like little orbits, almost like just endless. One connect to the other, or disconnect, or layered up, canceling each other, just on and on. The other hand, sometimes I feel like it's a whole system, like nerves, like a human brain, like a constellation. Just could be very small, very big, but also each one is so different. Just like the cliche, not two eggs are alike. I think different regions, different stage, they all different.
You're a dandelion.
I think in a way we all are.
Uh-huh.
In that way we all are. Also, I feel like really by chance, even though you're raised from one mother or one, let's say, culture even. By and large, could be your whatever your background, not just familial, could be the whole, heritage of your ethnic group, your education, anything. That's the base. But one day you have to take off, but take off by your own will. But sometimes, what direction of the wind blowing? I saw them just fly in the air, but they blow you to somewhere you cannot be in control. That's life itself. On one hand, you have your strong will. Sometimes not so strong. Doesn't matter. But you get ready, then or not, you have to fly. You land on some soil or somewhere, anywhere. Could be miles away from your base, from your motherland. Could be anywhere. But also, I feel like definitely in China and the U.S., dandelions, if they not the family, the relatives, they everywhere. I assume a lot of places in the world would have dandelion, because they dandelion overall are salsified, called the weed. They're not pretty flowers, and you don't see any nursery raise them. And Valentine's Day, people send roses, nobody sent a dandelion. So I think in a way it's a kind of a forgotten flower. Nobody paid attention in a way. Also, it's very interesting because they live and die and spread seeds next generation just by themselves, and anywhere in any time could be also. So it's a kind of probably in a way they like metaphors for people who some born nobody cared and grew, and some died young, some just gone through a lot of horrible hardship in life. Some died, some thrived. Really depends. So I feel like it's like many, maybe the symbolize people. Lives could be animals' life. Endangered animals, they die every day, and so all lives. So maybe this is the kind of symbol for all the lives on Earth. It's start from somewhere, but spread.
Yeah, and it does look like a little planet or something like a little universe that kind of, I don't know.
Yeah, well, how many?
It's fragile, but it's strong.
Exactly, and very tough. There's no water, there's no any fertilizer, nothing, just any soil. Nobody cared. Nobody will really want to raise anything.
Yeah.
And then when they come and it just says really interesting, just empty vase, like a little, I sometimes joke, so like an old person, old man lost all the hair and maybe teeth, and just like, but you, the base, raise this new generation, and then they are away. So that's next generation, maybe in better situation. Oh no, it doesn't matter, just keep going. So life never just disappeared, like you just don't know. A lot of things we just don't know. Like that's an amazing thing. It's so ordinary. That's why I like them. Like again, like a lot of my images, the human figures you see, they're all anonymous. They never had a real name documented. They never have their life story and family. A lot of women, especially the young prostitute, the family, just so poor, so them never, remember them or try not to, and they never, had family, had anything left, just, but they had a life, could be really miserable life. We still don't know. Maybe some few ended with a good enough life. We have no idea. So I think the dandelion seeds and the human figure in some way almost like a paradox, with one another is telling stories, but it's forgotten stories. The title of my show here, Migratory Seeds, is the perfect thing. Migratory seeds means the seeds will migrate, will fly away, will take their future by chance, by many other factors. So it's just after my exhibition announcement sent out, one of my former colleagues, art historian, who lives in Marine, sent me a very nice, reply. She said, California has a big drought now, and everybody try to conserve water mainly for drinking, for other things, more important than watering your lawns. Some lawns turn brown. And she said, my garden, everything else turned brown, dried, and died. Only I found dandelions survived. So in a way, I think dandelion to me is a new way of painting. It's my new kind of figurative in a way almost, but also the symbolism I didn't try to make it up, but to me it's very important. It's about the end of one generation. Then the paintings of the dandelion in future could be salsified. Because seeds is after flower, so the seeds of future potential next generation, and it's about maybe the time passing and the unpredictability of future, but maybe also with a lot of hope, potential, because each seed is a new life, it's a new generation. So that way, I'm more and more drawn to the dandelions, to the seeds now that completely still like a perfect, beautiful, ball, but rather, some already flying away, some remains here, like memories. So I feel maybe related to my age, to the stage of my career, and to a lot of things. So anyway, that's my